Hello everyone. So today I make a second part of the video on the manga contests I did this spring. So this is the third manga contest I did. It was a silent manga audition contest, Japanese contest, but open for international. So I went for a story about a traveler in the desert and a little bit of like a folk tale or something. So I enjoyed drawing the desert fox. They call a fennec with the long ears, very cute and very small. Actually, I was surprised when looking at references, photos for drawing, how small it is. It's not very big. So I used noise brushes mostly for doing screen tones. I didn't use the proper screen tone for this one. And I enjoy also drawing the lion. I look at some photos for references also. I enjoy drawing the eyes of the desert fox and the lion. It's quite amazing how beautiful the eyes are. And I use an old pen brush for the fur of the lion to make it look a little bit messy, not too clean. So I used the XP Pen Magic Drawing Board like the previous contests. So I was getting used to the process. I had my habits developing, so it was easier in some ways, like to do the frame and everything. It's quite I use the Infinite Painter. It's quite a good simple software to do manga and comics. So it's for Android tablets. I like also this part where I put like some, so you start to meet some kind of desert spirits, and here it's just the memories of his past, of what he left behind, what he could miss, what he could long for, and then he crossed the pass here and arrive at the ruined ancient city. And there is a lot of ghosts and like jinns, like Middle Eastern malevolent spirits that try to tempt him. So for the first one is riches, material possessions, but he is on his journey towards the ultimate, so he cannot be seduced by material possessions. And then another gene comes and it's about like more like sensual pleasures, but I think he's old enough that he knows that it's very short-lived, so he's already tasted those things and know its limits, so he can also pass this temptation. And then so the spirit just dissolve into sand, and then he arrive at the castle gate and the big spirit there. So this spirit is about power, about dominance, so I make it a little bit funny looking. And then I went for a little bit tropey stuff, but yeah, freedom is the antidote to holding on to power, which make you the slave of power, as Tolkien would say with the ring of power. So that traveler already know the trap of power, so he can pass also the gate of the fortified city. And up there he meet again the desert fox, which is, you could say, is a spirit guide, something like that, in like Native American culture, and other cultures too, I guess. So there he transformed. Here I used the pencil brush just to change from the physical shape of the desert fox to its more like spirit form. And so the traveler arrived at the old temple, where he can meet the lion he saw in his dream in the beginning. And there is someone else, and that someone else is himself, but his mortality, his own mortality. So he has to face the nature of impermanence that he will experience someday. And he managed to accept reality of life and death, and so he can transcend this limit of the mind, and then he can meet the lion. Then he take out his boots, which symbolize kind of himself, his own limited human experience. So he opens his heart, his body, and he let go of himself. And then the lion opened its spiritual eye. Yeah, so because it was like a silent story, so I wanted to try to go a little bit like mystical, like legends and folk tales and stuff like that. So it was kind of fun drawing animals and like desert stuff and ruins. So this was a silent manga audition, so this was the third manga I did. You can watch the first video I did for the first contest, and what I thought about that. So it was the third one. I was still like motivated, and I was getting into the rhythm, so it was fine. And then I did the fourth one, which is something like Shueisha Manga Plus something, Japan Expo, maybe in France, but international contests. And at that point, to be honest, I was a little bit starting to get burned by doing contest after contest, and I was not like fresh anymore. And so this one, I tried to use a screen tone, and I went for something very different. So I did a manga about a Martian guy who is curious about visiting Earth and seeing teenagers playing football, soccer. And so yeah, I went a little bit into my teenage years when I used to play football with my friends. So the Martian guy transformed into a human shape so he can come and play. So he come by and try to adapt to the human race, adapt his language with his magic watch to kind of tune his behavior and knowledge, data, yeah, data bank of how to behave. So it's in French. This is the one manga I used French, my native language. So some of these characters, they are my football friends from teenage years. So if they see the video, maybe they will recognize themselves. And so you start to play as a goalkeeper. So in this manga, I was a little bit burnt. I didn't enjoy too much doing it. So maybe you can see it's a little bit speedy, not very detailed, not very. I went a little bit like rushing it. But I did enjoy like drawing the gloves, for example, the goalkeeper gloves. That was something I enjoyed. And yeah, I'm not very satisfied with this manga. It doesn't look too good. It looks like some kind of 80s basic manga. But yeah, after doing this contest, I was like forcing myself, to come up with stories that maybe I was not so interested in doing, but I had to come up with something for the contest. So this is some reflections I would have for maybe if I do more contests later, or to share for people who want to do manga contests, is that maybe it's better to prepare months ahead and already have some ideas of stories you want to do, and you take the time to do it outside of the schedule of the contests. You take your time, you just do it, you enjoy doing it, and when you're done, it's done. And when the contests come, then you can submit the manga you did while taking your time, doing a story you wanted to do, instead of seeing the contest deadline and thinking, okay, I have 3 weeks or 1 month to do this. What do I do? And then you have to rush coming up with a story, doing the storyboard, the layout, and creating the characters and everything. So it's better, I think, to have your own few universes that speak to you, like something about whatever, like fantasy, sport, romance, whatever. But you know your niche, the kind of stories you want to tell, the kind of graphic style you want to go towards, achieve, and then you use the contest just to work on what you want to do. And when you submit your short stories for contests, then what matters the most is that you progressed on your own genre, your own style, your own wish to achieve what you want to achieve. So you're not like running after something that you are behind and you're running after it, but you are ahead and you can run at your own pace and do it while enjoying the process more. Yeah, so I go through the pages. Yeah, but most likely yeah, this manga is not something I'm proud of, not at all. I did enjoy doing like this page, for example, because it goes a little bit super saiyan, so I did enjoy going a little bit into crazy mode here with some more action. So I went, I used the action to have a little bit more fun drawing. And I think some mangakas who do, like long series of shonen and stuff, I think at some point they get bored, honestly, doing the same kind of a repeat cycle of the same story, the same fights, the same evil guy coming and they have to fight again and again. But at least the graphical creativity of action sequences can be a fun aspect of doing this kind of repetition of shonen style of stories. So this page, for example, I did enjoy doing the effects and the glove again, putting some details of some tear and use. And then here I used some texture for the letters, and here a little bit of speed and over the top Shaolin Soccer style. If you don't know the movie Shaolin Soccer, very fun, by Stephen Chow, very cool director and actor. He does a lot of very funny comedies that now they are old, but if you look his movies, there's a lot of crazy movies, very funny, from the 90s. Yeah, so the story continues, and the Martian guy is supposed to go back into his spaceship to go back home, but he's having so much fun playing football, and he's supposed to leave, but finally he wants to stay, so he breaks his Martian watch, and then he come back to play more with the humans. Maybe he stay on Earth and enjoy a new life. Yeah, so that was the last contest I did. So there was the third one, fourth one, third one. And then if you didn't see the first video, just quickly I show you. So this is the Kadokawa contest. This is the story layout I did. So by scene 1, 2, 3, 4, like introduction. So there is the manga way of talking, like introduction is the key, and then show is development, 10 is like full action, like rising tension, and ketsu is like conclusion, resolution of a problem. So yeah, so this one is I had a lot of fun, because this was the first proper story I did for contests this year. So I did put some of my heart into it. I enjoy drawing the pages, and I'm kind of satisfied with the result. I have some quality there, and the fantasy setting, like a little bit nasty Game of Thrones medieval setting, was fun to draw, to explore graphically. Yeah, so this one I'm quite happy. This can stay a little bit in my reference as something I can use as a base and improve, try to do better, of course, and refined. But yeah, it was a fun process. So I did some double pages also, and you know, I create some funky characters, and this guy is supposed to be like the one of the bad guy, but since it's a little bit Game of Thronesy, so it's not all black and white. So the leader of the rebels, he know the biggest bad guy, and they used to be a team before, so they talk to each other, and then they go into showdown to decide who's gonna give in to the other, because the leader of the rebels, he wants this big guy to join them to be like a Robin Hood kind of clan to fight the greedy lords. So they fight it out. Yeah, so yeah, this one I enjoy also. I came up with this character first before starting this story, and then this one I just came up quickly with them, just to have a band of misfits. And then I did quite a few double pages, and this one is my favorite double page. I like the face and the balance of the double page, the black and whites also that help everything pop out well. So yeah, I did enjoy quite a bit drawing this one. I think you can see the difference between this one and the last one for football. The quality is better. The characters are more personality, and yeah, everything is more fleshed out, detailed, and the story is also more interesting. I like fantasy, I like Game of Thrones, and with The Witcher, stuff like that, so it's way more interesting for me. And this is the final page, so they continue the journey together. And this one was the first contest. It was a one page manga. I think it was Artful website. It's a art social network. I just joined it to participate to the contest, and this one is just one page, so I have to tell a story in one page, so I squeezed a little bit more frames, which is not great, because it's better to have a smarter way to make it stick without crowding too much the page. But still, I'm kind of happy with this. I did use screen tones, some basic screen tones, and here I used the texture, but used it on grayscale. Yeah, so this is it. So conclusion about all these contests. I wished I had prepared more, and I had some ideas ready, some stories ready, instead of coming up with stories on the go as the contests appear, and I chased after contests and tried to come up with a story. But I did have some variety. So one story is a little bit like mystical, one is a funky football story, another one is Game of Thrones fantasy. So I'm glad I did all these contests. I'm glad I pushed myself to go for it, and I did learn quite a bit. And also, what is useful when if you do contests is that you can develop a workflow and a habit, like a daily routine. So you start to get in the flow of a working artist who can produce works after works after works. And I think this is the most beneficial aspect of participating into contests after contests. It can be a little bit grueling, like tiring or frustrating, but it also is a test for you to see what it's really like to draw every day for hours. Because when you do if you want to make manga or you want to do comics and you're serious about it, you really want to try to see if you can make it work, and you have to understand that you will have to sit down and draw for at least 4 hours a day, if not more. So you have to test the reality versus the romantic idea of being a working artist. So this is a kind of doing a stage, trying a job, and you really try, and this way you can see. And for me, when I did that, I realized that I like to draw, I like to tell stories, I like to improve my art, but I also see that if I want to continue drawing and telling stories, I also need to have a life also, feel free, not feel like a slave, like I'm the slave of doing comics or mangas, or I'm the slave of some publisher or some trend, like doing those trendy mangas that or the way people see society, and we have to tell stories through this temporal view of society. And I feel like this is not fun, this is not the way I want to do. So for me, also using screen tone is not really my jam. I may continue to try and see if I can enjoy it, but this is also maybe something I will have to cut through to understand if it's for me or not. Because if I want to do manga, I may have to really get used to screen tones, and if I don't like screen tones, then I may have to give up on doing traditional manga and maybe doing more like a webtoon or European style of finish job, like with colors, or just indie kind of style, like ink and grays or watercolor or whatever, something that I enjoy doing. And if what I enjoy doing works, and then fine. If not, then fine. I will just enjoy uh, coming up with my stories and trying to make a visual graphic novel, manga, something out of it, but as a personal project. as something that I just do because I like my story, I like the characters, I like the world, the setting, the lore, and I just want to finish my project for just the artistic, the creative joy of telling my story with my characters, and not worry about if publishers will like it, if my art will be good enough to be published or something. And also another conclusion is that sitting at a desk for many hours every day is not healthy. So many artists, they have a schedule in which they put some exercise, workout, going for a run, something, and I think it's very important. You have many mangaka who are like a slave of a publishing house, and in Japan, like, they have to publish a chapter every week or every 2 weeks, and they basically have to draw all day, every day, and this is really not good for the body, and even for the mind. I think it's not very good. So yeah, I don't think I have the talent to be hired by a big publishing company, and I don't want to work that way anyway. I don't want to be like a salaryman of manga. I want to do my stories at the rhythm that I can enjoy doing it, and finishing it with the quality and satisfaction that I want to have, and not be just another in a new form of slavery, in a new form of just being tied in chains by someone else, you know. So yeah, this is important to have time to rest, to eat properly, to go outside, to go for a walk, to see the sunshine, to go for a run, to go for a swim, to play some football, to do something else, and to draw. Yeah, maybe potentially every day for 4 or 5 hours, but still find a balance, you know. So I think this is something that I realize. I don't want to be stuck on my desk drawing like a madman every day for weeks and months and years. I want to have a balance in my life. So this is also something that doing all these contests throughout January, February, March, April, until the end of May. So I did almost like 4 or 5 months. I did another contest, which was an illustration contest about cats. You can see some videos on the channel. I have 2 videos on the process. This is the videos about the sailors. So this is a Japanese traditional fishing boat, and there are like 4 or 5 cats doing tending to the sail of the boat and stuff. So you can see the video. Yeah, so this is it. If you do manga, if you draw, if you want to do manga or comics or illustration, if you want to be serious about art, I hope this video is a little bit useful, and my reflections may be helpful for your plan on how do you want to manage your life, so you are healthy, happy, and your creativity is like open and bright and joyful, and not like some kind of a neurotic like a psychological nightmare of a creativity life. So that's it. I will do other videos on art books, and I will do maybe some videos of just drawing by hand, and I'll see you in the next video, and have a good time.